Hey there, I'm Joe Dickerson with the Joe Dickerson Group at Keller Williams Realty in Oakland, California. And let me tell you a story. So just the other week, there was a home in our neighborhood, a 2-bedroom house that sold for over $1 million. That's right, $1 million for a 2-bedroom house. Man, the real estate market is quite heated here in the San Francisco Bay Area, to say the least. And it can be quite intimidating for new buyers to break into the market. That's especially when you need to put in a down payment of several $100,000 and then commit to 30 years of potentially 5-digit monthly mortgage payments. But rather than give up, keep renting for the rest of your life, or move out to the middle of nowhere, perhaps there's a better way. What if I told you that you could buy a home and then get someone else to help you pay down your mortgage payments every single month? That's right, I'm talking about house hacking, which is where you buy a small multi-unit property like a duplex or a triplex and live in one unit and rent the others out. My wife and I have been doing this for years, and our team has helped dozens of families become homeowners and real estate investors in one fell swoop, all through house hacking. So, in this video, I'll walk you through exactly what house hacking is and why it's such a great strategy for buying a home and for building wealth, and how you can get started. So, house hacking is when you buy a multi-unit property, live in one unit, and rent out the others. But why would you do that? So you can have your tenants help pay down your mortgage payments and thus lower your overall payments and expenses while simultaneously building wealth. So one of the most common ways to do this is to buy a duplex and live in one unit and rent out the other unit. And there are two big advantages to house hacking over both purchasing a single-family home as well as over continuing to rent an apartment. So one is keeping your housing expenses lower, and two is building wealth faster. So let's start with the housing expenses. Take duplexes, for example. Duplexes have 2 units, which is twice as many units as a single-family home. Yet, a duplex doesn't cost twice as much as a single-family home costs. In many cases, house hackers can expect to save 50% or more on their monthly housing expenses as compared to purchasing a single-family home. So one example that we use in our house hacking class that we teach nearly every month is with one of our past clients. Let's call them Ross and Rachel. Ross and Rachel were renting a 2-bedroom apartment for $2,500 per month when they decided they wanted to buy a home. And they had a budget of about $4,000 per month for their mortgage payments. And we're looking to buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, single-family home in the Fruitville neighborhood of Oakland. After we walked through multiple scenarios with both single-family homes and multifamily homes, they realized that buying a bigger home with more units could actually lower their monthly payments. So Ross and Rachel opted to buy a duplex rather than a single-family home, as they had originally intended. And even though the duplex came with a higher purchase price, renting out the second unit allowed them to lower their monthly payments. So even though their final mortgage payment ended up at $5,000 per month, which broke their original budget of $4,000 per month, that's where the second unit comes in. Because they were able to rent that second unit for $2,800 a month, they were able to bring their net housing payments way down to just under $2,200 per month, which is cheaper than what they had previously been paying in rent. And so even though Ross and Rachel bought a bigger house with a higher purchase price, their monthly out-of-pocket expenses are lower than if they had bought a smaller and less expensive single-family home. This is the magic of house hacking. The second main advantage of house hacking is that it helps you build wealth faster. By investing in larger properties, you are participating in appreciation and equity building at a faster rate than if you were to buy smaller single-family homes. So for example, let's say the housing market appreciates at 5% over the next year. If you owned a $600,000 home, that property would appreciate at 5% of $600,000 or $30,000 in a year. However, if you owned an $800,000 home at the same 5% appreciation, that $800,000 would appreciate by $40,000, and that's a difference of $10,000 in just a single year. So you can imagine if you were to own that $800,000 property for multiple years, how much faster you could build equity and grow your wealth. This simple example illustrates what can happen when investing in larger income-producing properties. So by investing in a multi-unit home, you get to have your tenants help pay down your mortgage and build your equity, all while keeping your out-of-pocket expenses lower than with a single-family home, even at the same purchase price. So how can you get started? Well, one way is to attend our house hacking class that we put on nearly every month in both San Francisco and in Oakland. And you can find a link to sign up in the description below. At a high level though, you'll want to connect with a lender who understands house hacking. And we've got some great ones that we're happy to connect you with. And second is to partner up with a real estate agent who you trust and who understands your goals. Also, at the same time, get yourself educated on finances, responsibilities as a landlord, and ordinances that may impact you, such as rent control and just cause eviction. So are you interested in investing in a home in the Bay Area, but are unsure if you can afford one? Or do you have other creative ways to house hack, such as renting out garden space or parking spots? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more real-world tools on how to get started house hacking, come check out one of our live upcoming house hacking classes. We'll walk through multiple examples, answer your questions, and even provide some free snacks and some goodies. And you can find the link to sign up for the next class in the description below. And finally, if you liked this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and please be sure to subscribe. I'm Joe Dickerson with the Joe Dickerson Group at Keller Williams Realty. Thank you so much for watching.